Hi everybody, I just realized, hi, hey Life with Jess, hello Crazy Cat Dame. How are you girls? I am just wrapping up my day and I realized I haven't scoped in a while and I'm really trying to scope every day. It's my challenge because it's scary. And thanks for the invites. Thanks for inviting followers, Jess. I love that. That's so great. Hi Blanc. Oh, I don't know how to say that. Blanc Luc. I think there's an accent in there maybe. Anyway, I just wanted to say real quick that if you haven't been on my scopes before, my name's Jenny. I am at JennyAHansen everywhere online. I have a small product-based company, create beverages, but I'm also a holistic Reiki master, practitioner, teacher, and a beauty blogger. I've been doing nails for 12 years, but I also have learned a lot about the industry, working with clients and things like that. So on my scopes, I try to share a variety of some like internal and meditative like lifestyle things, and also some tutorials and beauty scopes, and then also like some business and marketing tips, right, that I've learned about being in the beauty industry. So tonight I just want to say really quick that, oh, thanks for sharing, Crazy Cat Dame. But I wanted to just share really quick that if this is your first time on here, you can tap above the little guy there, give me some hearts. You can also swipe to, I think it's the right if you're on an iPhone, swipe down if you're on Android, and hit my profile and hit follow, and that's where you can share if you find this content interesting too. But I want to keep this super hyper focused and just say, like, talk about confidence. So confidence was a huge thing I struggled with, and when you're in the beauty industry and you're in the beauty world, it is something that you really have to face that demon of being shy, right? Because confidence does not come naturally to everybody on the planet. I think some people are born with it. I think some people are gifted with having that confidence, but I think other people have to work really hard at it and really be conscious about working with your confidence, right? So I had this inspiration on just posting like confidence, how to get it if you don't have it. And really the secret to this is just fake it till you make it. And I never understood that. Like, I felt like the whole fake it until you make it was like dishonest, or that wasn't real, you know? I thought that you gotta be real and you need to be yourself and all of this, right? But anyway, I just wanted to say that it wasn't until later, yeah, you thought so too, style composer, same thing, like I just felt like it was fake, right? And I like to try to be like a really like genuine, authentic person in my life and just let people be who they are, and I am who I am. But I did have to come to learn that there's certain things about just carrying yourself and speaking up, and those parts that are within you that actually are authentic and are real, but maybe you don't have the confidence to project it. Takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of time. So one thing I do, and this is like kind of embarrassing, but it's a secret, and those of you who know me like can probably totally see this, but like if I'm getting ready to walk into a room or walk into a job interview or walk into work or walk into a salon or walk into you know, when I have clients waiting or whatever it is, I make sure that I'm dressed appropriately, that I have like, that I stand up nice and tall and straight, put a smile on my face, and just really project that confidence as I walk in and approach somebody, and try to be really warm, and I'm always really friendly. I think that's just something, a part of who I am, and it's genuine about me. But the confidence part would rattle me, and it would make me like get in my head. And so in the beauty industry, and in any industry, I don't care what job you have, there's some point in time where you have to really learn and really figure out how to be confident. Now, if this is like a massive struggle for you, there's this really good TED Talk, and I can't remember who gives it, but I think you could YouTube it, and it says something about like body language or using body language for confidence. I don't know, have any of you seen that? It's a really good TED Talk, but there's this woman, and she talks about like getting into like our animalistic, like primal, um, certain like mindset when it comes to confidence. So like even like before you're about to give a speech, if you like put your hands on your hips and you stand up really big and tall, and you're just, you're in your room alone, or you're you're obviously not doing this in public, right? You're just getting yourself built up for a situation, and you just take some deep breaths and you stand up and just do that for a minute. That something, and somehow psychologically you remember that feeling of being big and being confident, and that it just releases certain chemicals in your brain that help you just feel good. And sometimes if I'm even in a funk and I just feel like icky and gross, like I'll just stand really tall and I'll do some deep breaths and just try like really hard to get in like a good headspace. And there's people who like talk themselves up, and like, let's not lie, like we all do it. Like, we'll just be real right now. But there's times I've had like a really bad day at work, and I have to remind myself, like, I can't get rattled with this particular client, like maybe a client sits down at my chair and I look at their nails and I'm like, oh, like how am I gonna make this, like, these pretty perfect nails, right? But I have to remember, like, no, Jenny, you've got this. Like, you've done celebrity nails, you have the experience, you've consulted, you've set up salons, you have your own salon, like you've got this, you know how to do this, you've done it forever, right? You were trained by some of the best, and you have advanced education. Like, I kind of go through this checklist of all these things that I've done to just kind of get myself in that space of that. And then sometimes that doesn't always work either. And so before I start my day, I do a morning meditation. And maybe, I don't know, would you guys be interested in maybe seeing like a little bit about maybe how I start my mornings, or like my morning routine? Give me like a 1 if you guys would dig that. And then I'll think about doing a scope and kind of opening you up to like my morning meditation world. Yeah, okay, there's one. Yes, okay. Oh, dang it, you guys. All right, cool, okay. Yes, there's another one. I'll take you through maybe my morning meditation one day, but I'll do a scope on it. It's intimate and it's private, so I've been kind of scared to like show it, but why not share that with the world, right? Like a meditation based on confidence, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And a big trick to doing like a whole full circle meditation just on confidence alone is where you get in the space of like where you're ready to meditate, right? And you take your deep breaths and you try to clear your mind, but you don't have to keep all thought out of your mind. This brain is a machine and it likes to work, right? So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself if you can't clear your mind and think that, oh, I can't meditate because my mind won't shut up. But just getting in that, and then remembering a time, like one moment in your life where you felt so confident, or you felt so proud of yourself, and you remember that moment and you think about it and you take yourself back there and you feel it. You fill your heart up with it, and you fill your whole heart up with that feeling of confidence, and then you fill your soul and you fill your entire body, and you just visualize that entire feeling of that strength, and you remember that. And I think a lot, and you just hold that as long as you can, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that's a little like snippet into how you can meditate just on confidence alone. So you can also do your IMs. I'm a huge believer in IMs. My whole company is based on this. Just saying, I am confident. I am strong and confident. Being able to look in the mirror and look at yourself in the eyes and say, I am strong and I am confident. I am strong. I am confident. And it feels really uncomfortable at first. And if it feels uncomfortable, then that's a good thing, because discomfort means you're growing. Style composer, I never thought of that. I thought you'd do a guided meditation. I will. I'll do a guided meditation. I just wanted to give you a little snippet of it because you were asking. So I will do a guided meditation since you guys want to do that. But that's going to have to be a different scope because that's we have to get a lot more involved in that. But right now, I just want to touch on a couple of topic points of feeling the emotion. Oh, you're so welcome. I will, because you asked. So just feeling that confidence, filling it up in your soul, right? Doing something like before you have to like walk into work or whatever it is for you before you start your day and you're like going out into the world. Feeling that, getting in that headspace, getting in that place, and then also reminding yourself of the positive things. Sometimes we get so focused on a lot of the negativity and the negative thoughts that pop into our minds. And you guys, I will tell you right now that some people that I've even worked with, and I'm talking like, or people that I've come across or worked with that are big shot CEOs of, multi-million dollar companies or, famous authors or like people that I've come across as a beauty professional, right? In my lifetime, they all struggle with the same things we do. It's like maybe they have money but more money can mean more problems, more responsibilities. But even some of the most like successful people that I've personally ever met still have days where they struggle with confidence. And so it doesn't make you weak or crazy or different or anything to think, oh, what do these other people have that I don't have? Because sometimes you think that other people have it figured out and that we don't, right? But we absolutely don't have it all figured out. And that everybody that I've personally met has these moments where it's something that they have to work on. And so again, for me, I had to just kind of fake it till I made it. And it took meditation, it took energy, it took effort, it took some focus, it took time. But eventually it got to the point where now I can walk into a room with a lot of people and hold my own. And maybe I can only hold my own for like a good solid hour. And then I'm like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. I got to get out of here. Because I'm it's weird. I don't know. Some of you who know me in real life, like I would identify as an introvert. But you would never know that. I think if you met me, I think it's like something that surprises a lot of people because I can like turn it on and I just can give and give and give and just work at my best, right? And then I kind of hit a point where I'm like, whew, okay, I'm drained, I'm done. So I don't know if it's like that for any of you, but as an entrepreneur, that confidence has to be there. Your friends say the same thing. Yep, it's so a real thing. Like there's people who are super extroverted who can walk into a room and they have the whole room like laugh. Like my husband's like that. Oh my gosh, my husband's like that. He can walk into a room and yeah, and you're like, no. Your friends are like, no, you're not. And you're like, trust me, I am. Like, I know I am. Like some people like, and a little bit like extroverts, they fill up their juice. Like they fuel their energy on being around a lot of people and having a lot of people around them, right? Whereas introverts, that drains us. Like when we can be around a lot of people, but we need to get home and get in our safe space and not talk to anybody and just, put on like some Netflix and watch our shows and just shut out the world and rejuvenate and like get our energy back up, right? Like that's what introvert needs. And so, and I think it's interesting too, because I think that a lot of professionals Laugh out loud. Yeah, exactly. After a club, I need a day to yes, you need a day to recuperate. So true. Oh, see, girl, I'm the same way. Even if I have to go to like a family function, right? Like tonight we had a family function, and I made it 2 hours, and I'm talking to people, right? And it's good, and I'm saying hi to everybody. But after 2 hours, I just look at my husband. I'm like, okay, babe, like I'm maxed out. I gotta go. Like time to go. And he, like, we can communicate. Oh, that would actually be a really good scope too on communicating with your significant other on like the introvert extrovert thing. That would be an interesting one too. Anyway, um, but I can look at him and say, okay, babe, I gotta go, because he's extroverted. He walks in the room and he's like laughing, like he has this jolly laugh that just makes everybody laugh, and he's a Leo too, right? So he like loves the kind of that center of attention, and he's just, he can just just be fine and totally comfortable, whereas I am like, ugh, like I'm just like taking deep breaths, trying not to have a panic attack, right? And I think that this even goes way into people who are really empathic. Now, here's the thing: as beauty professionals, and even as entrepreneurs, I feel like that we as creatures are really empathic. We want to serve, we want to help other people, and I think that we're sensitive to others' needs. I think we're sensitive to their emotions, right? And I think that we can kind of feel and sense what somebody might be feeling and what they need, and how we can help them feel more comfortable, feel more safe, feel more just engulfed in maybe like a loving type environment. And I think that going into the service world, or hospitality, or anything in that realm, or customer service, all of that, I feel like we want to really embrace, and we want to serve, right? That's why we're in the industry. And we play therapists. We're the therapist for everybody. But then we're also so like empathic and sensitive that we feel a lot of what is going on. And I think sometimes there's there's a whole other thing too here about a whole nother layer about maybe realizing that if you have some emotions or feelings coming up, then it might not necessarily be yours, and that could actually be your clients or who you're with, and that maybe you're picking up on their emotions. So again, that's another thing about getting really in tune with yourself and really confident with who you are, really knowing who you are. But we don't I I don't believe in that. Um, we all just know who we are all the time, right? Like if I knew exactly who I was at every given moment of every day, then maybe life would be a hell of a lot easier, right? I think that for me, I'm figuring it out, and who I am today is not necessarily the exact same person I was yesterday. It's not going to be the same exact person I am tomorrow. Like there's always a constant flow of change and fluctuating and things like that, right? Never thought of it that way. Makes sense why I'm so tired after being in a tense place. Oh, girl, style composer, yes. So that's another huge thing, is you just, after you're around a lot of energy, right? And it's just buzzing and humming and you're feeling all those effects, and you get home and you crash, it's like you're tired. You need to, sometimes, some people need to sleep. Do you have to take a nap? I wonder if you have to, like, if you actually like crash out and have to sleep. Some people do. I have kids, and so taking a nap doesn't really like fit into my lifestyle anymore. Yes, you take a nap. See, and that's actually really good, because being able to like lay down and go to sleep, it'll reset a lot of that, the adrenal dump that you're getting. And so, another really good trick. This is kind of taking a little turn here, but another really good trick that someone recently taught me about adrenal fatigue, right, is that if you're working at the end of the day or you're in an environment and it's just really overwhelming and intense and you're starting to feel irritable, you're starting to feel anxious, you're starting to feel tired, and maybe you don't know why, and you're like, all right, see, for me, I'm like, well, maybe I need a granola bar, right? Like, maybe I need to drink some water, and I still don't feel better, you know? What you can do is if you can have like a little private place, like space you can go if you're not at home, then just lay down completely flat on the ground and just lay there and take some deep breaths and set your timer on your phone for 15 minutes. And something about just laying flat on the ground like that for 15 minutes does something about like resetting I think it's like does something with the adrenal system. Don't like quote me. I don't know the exact science behind it. I need to look into that a little bit more. And if anyone knows any more about that, they can definitely chime in. But I have heard that. So I've tried it a couple. You have adrenal fatigue. Yep. So like a couple of times I've tried that. I've actually like just laid down and for 15 minutes. And then I got up kind of slowly, had some water, and I felt so much better. It was almost like I felt like I had had a nap, but I didn't actually sleep. So that's a good one too. But anyway, it sounds like, oh no, my husband's yelling. Like, my 2-year-old right now is into everything. Like, anything dangerous she finds, it's like... She's like drawing on the walls the whole bit. My oldest wasn't like that, but anyway, my husband's like yelling like, no, don't. So I'm assuming she's up to something. But anyway, so back to confidence. Get yourself in that mindset. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Go back to a time. Don't get stuck in your head about, I can't, what if this, what if that. Stay in a really positive mindset and remembering that, taking those deep breaths, remembering that time where you felt really confident, filling your chest with it, filling your heart with it, filling your mind with it, filling your whole body with feeling confident, and just really enjoying that and just soaking it up. And then going into your day and trying to stay really present on just the task at hand, moment by moment. And then also, if you get into overwhelm, make sure that you're honoring that where you feel tired, you need to like go take your nap or maybe step out of a situation that you need to for a few minutes, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself too. So, and then if you're feeling super scared, just pretend that you're not and just put on a show and just fake it. And as you fake it, you'll start to feel what it feels like. And when you start, it's like a muscle that you exercise. So as soon as you're feeling what that feels like, then you can start to experience the other things that come around that confidence, right? Like how people are responding to you, or what kind of work you're creating, and just how you're improving in your life. So yeah, it's simple, but fake it till you make it, and just fill yourself up with it. And I will definitely work on doing a scope on a guided meditation just around confidence. I think that'll be a really good one. I can actually do a guided meditation on all sorts of emotions. So if you go to my website right now at JennyAHansen.com, all it is right now is just an opt-in form. That'll throw you on the mailing list though, and so as soon as the whole vlog and the whole blog is launched, that you'll be like the first to know it's up there. But if you want to check out the other company I was talking about, that's called Create Beverages, and that's createbeverages.com, and that is on my bio too. So again, you can swipe right, click my name, and it'll tell you my bio. I think maybe you could even tap like the little Perry dude right there, and that might pull up my bio too. I don't know. I'm still learning Periscope, which I am going to do another scope on what I've learned in doing Periscope for the last 6 days. Like, that's been an interesting adventure right there. Confidence again. Man, even just doing these broadcasts, that so scared, like shaking scared. And now I'm feeling better because people like you are showing up and sharing and giving me your hearts and commenting and engaging, and it's awesome. So does anyone have any questions before I go, before I end this? Because I don't want to keep you up too late. I don't even know what time it is. It's like, I'm in Utah. It's probably like 8 o'clock. Glad you feel better. Thank you. I hope you feel better. And Style Composer, I hope you maybe can use some of these tips. If you do and they work for you, send me a tweet and just, you know, just be like, hey Jenny, I tried this and it worked really well, or it sucked, whatever. I would love to hear from you and let me know. So, all right. Well, I love you guys. You're awesome. Thanks for always showing up here. It means a lot to me. Let's see. So, do you still scope when you start shaking in KL2? Thanks, Crazy Cat Dame. Love you, Michelle. Yeah. So, I'll push through it. And, I mean, I'm talking anxiety attack. Like, and if you could go back and see some of my first scopes, I don't know, you could probably notice how like nervous I was and how scared I was. But there was this one scope I did and all these people were on and commenting, and I was like trying to stay focused and like just read the comments, and it was like, Periscope is like seriously made for people with ADD, I swear, because I was just like, try not to get overwhelmed, but it was awesome. I had good support on there. I think the Periscope community is really supportive and really good. You get your trolls that hop on and you just block them, and it's no big deal. But for the most part, people are super supportive. But I do have a new thing set up. It's called Catch Me. And if you haven't heard of this, what it does is it's like recording all of my scopes. So if you do a scope, you can't access it after, I think, 24 hours, maybe 48. I'm not sure on that. Like I said, still learning. But if you go to katch.me/JennyAHansen, then it'll pull up all my past scopes, and you can see, oh my god, like one of my first nail tutorials, like I couldn't get the camera right, and that was a hot mess, but it was still so much fun, and like I had almost over 200 views, and people dug it. So anyway, like you gotta fake it till you make it. Learn, start before you're ready, just start doing it, So, alright, well, I love you guys. I'm gonna go to bed, and, well, I'm not really gonna go to bed, but I'm gonna, like, just veg out and watch TV, and, because like I said, just got back from a family function, so I'm gonna eat some cake and watch some shows. I don't know what I'm gonna watch. I have to find a good show to watch. I don't know. I need a good new one. I can already hear Michelle, like, giving me her suggestions, because we've had a whole conversation on shows we watch. Anyway, good night. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.